It's later on a Sunday afternoon, July 27th, 2014. Highway 55 between Canwood and Debden is Mattis, Saskatchewan. Never was a lot here. This is the old cheese factory. Log built in 1933. Bruno Lemigre was the first cheese master. The place closed down as a cheese factory in 1952, and it's a seed cleaning plant and storehouse now. Solid old building. Oh! Mattis sits on mixed glacial till and was mostly all swampland when the first settlers began arriving with the railway. The cheese maker and his family, or her family, used to live upstairs there. Cheese factory's downstairs, and here's a back view of it. Nearby is this old school that nobody knows where it came from. It's not the Winslow Lake School, I don't think. It's now a shop. The first farming settlers out here were French folks from eastern townships of Quebec and Maine who heeded Father Brubet's call. He'd been recruited by land company agents to settle this area out here. This is the old highway looking southeast towards Canwood, maybe 18 km away. Canadian Northern Railway built their Crooked Lake branch through here in 1910. The elevator would stood right in here somewhere. It was built by Searle in 1933, closed in 1962, and burned down in 1963. Canadian National dropped off a freight passenger shelter in 1920 at mile 26.9 from Shellbrook. It would have been along in here somewhere, till it was sold off in 1962. Georges Gauthier built a two-story store in Mattis, which Antonio Paquette took over in the 30s and moved the post office therein. The post office itself had been established by J.J. McDonough, likely in his parlor on March 16, 1925. He named it in honor of Albert L. Mattis, who operated a Winton Brothers sawmill for the Prince Albert Lumber Company in this area. Mrs. Clara Lahouillet closed the post office on July the 10th, 1964, roughly when the store closed as well. And I would say caution, watch cat on duty. Though the French were the first to settle this area, the later tax rolls reveal about an equal number of French and British names, with the occasional Norwegian thrown in for flavor. The Winslow Lake School was the local school. Somewhere there's the remnants of an Anglican church built in the 30s. The Roman Catholic folks just went up to the big church at Debden. The rails were pulled from the subdivision in 2012. Never incorporated as a village, always a hamlet, the ward of the rural municipality of Canwood. Mattis, Saskatchewan.